Welcome back, guys, to Clutch Gooners. Arsenal 4, Wigan 0. And we're on to the fifth round of the FA Cup now. Thoughts on the game, Baz?
I think some of the goals that we scored, I haven't seen better goals in last few weeks. Especially, oh my God, that first ball from Eza, that first assist. Perfect run from Madueke, perfect ball from Eza, and this is what I want to see from Eza more often now. I want to mention specifically Bukayo Saka's role in the midfield. I was really impressed, and I'm not sure, but I heard someone few weeks ago in one of the podcasts, and this person mentioned that we can use Bukayo Saka as a number 10. Because see, when Bukayo Saka plays on the right wing, usually teams do that, put two defenders on Saka, they double up on him. But when you're playing Saka and Madueke together, they can't double up on Madueke because then they are leaving Saka, or they can't double up on Saka because then they are leaving Madueke. And that second, I think that was a third goal where Madueke passed to Saka, Saka put the ball in the box, and then it was an own goal. So the biggest takeaway for me after this game was seeing Bukayo Saka in the midfield, and I want to see more of Bukayo Saka in that midfield, because then you are giving Saka more space and he can use his left foot and he can finish the shot like he has done in the past. In recent matches we haven't seen that from Bukayo Saka. So yes, please use Bukayo Saka more in midfield. In terms of goal scorers, I'm happy that Martinelli scored, Jesus scored, and Madueke scored. A quiet but a very important performance from Christian Norgard. Mikel Arteta needs to use Christian Norgard a bit more. I know he's. I think the reason why we signed Christian Norgard was to use him in cup competitions. But yes, we need to use Christian Norgard more.
One thing I just wanted to ask you, sorry in cutting you, but one thing I wanted to ask you, you mentioned about Bukayo Saka's role in that midfield. I mean, and yes, you are absolutely right, because Madueke and Bukayo Saka together can create chaos. What I wanted to ask you, what did you made of the midfield in general? Because of course Bukayo Saka, Eza, and Christian Norgard. You did mention about Christian Norgard that he had like a quiet performance, but of course he gave the assist. What did you make of that midfield? Do you think up until when we don't have Havertz, when we don't have Martin Odegaard, would this work?
I think so, because see, when you talk about midfield in Premier League, in Champions League, and even in later stages of FA Cup and the League Cup final, midfield there are two players that will not be dropped, Rice and Zubimendi. So now Arteta is left with two options. Either he starts Saka as a number 10. And play Madueke on the right. And as the game progresses, he then moves Saka on the right and put Eza as number 10. Or start Eza as your number 10, start Saka on the right, and then see if you want to bring Madueke in or not. But I'm pleased with Eza's performance, and I want to see Eza doing the same thing against Wolves. Because again, no disrespect to Wigan, they are Wigan, they are not in Premier League, and if you have noticed, Wigan wasn't playing that low block system like other Premier League team does. I think that's where Eza flourishes, when he has that space and time. But very good performance from the team, and I'm looking forward to the same type of performances in coming weeks. What do you think of the game?
So what did I think of the game? I think The first half, the performance was 10 on 10 for me, and as we all know, we haven't seen this kind of performance in a long time in terms of
Yeah.
Eza playing that through ball.
Yeah, man, that
So
was good.
I haven't seen that in a really, really long time, and I think the through ball that he played was, of course, from the halfway line as well, and of course, Madueke this time 1v1 chances, first touch, boom, goal. And yes, as Basil said, Bukayo Saka and Noni Madueke together on the same
They look
flank
good.
on the right hand side, and it's not like Bukayo Saka on the left wing and then Madueke on the right. They actually looked good, and they can create a chaos, because both of them has pace. Madueke is good in terms of dribbling. Saka can hold the ball well, and he can whip that cross in. He can also, when he gets space, he can also try and shoot the ball. So this is the one thing that stands out for me as well. In terms of defense, I mean, in terms of rotation for the team, I think we all knew that this will be a game which will be heavily rotated, but we also had to make sure that we have a strong team so that we don't
Yeah.
lose or draw against Wigan. Can you imagine like losing against Wigan? But however, I just hope Ben White is okay, because of course he was substituted, and by the looks of it, I think he's fine. But I'm just hoping that he's okay.
Let's hope Saka is okay as well, because he
He was now we don't
yeah.
know, like, was he substituted because he picked up an
Mhm.
injury, or was it like they have to manage his minutes? So we don't know. But I'm hoping that he's fine. Another thing I wanted to talk about was Ricardo Calafiori. Of course, again,
Yeah.
that's the second time this has happened in the last 4 weeks, where again a player has been injured in warm-ups. So I don't know what is happening in those warm-ups. I mean, I don't know if the training is too hectic for these players, but someone needs to, just go on and manage that warm-up sessions.
You know what? Sorry to cut you in between, but
Yeah.
we need to talk about Arsenal and the injuries. I'm really fed up about how some of our players are picking the injuries left, right, and centre. And this has been the case since last season. Last season, we said that there was a problem around injuries, and in some matches we saw the discipline, the red card Leandro Trossard picked, that card that Rice got against Brighton. But if you leave the discipline aside, I think we have worked a lot on the discipline this season. But we need to talk about injuries. I'm actually quite confused. Why? Like, what is happening in the training sessions? Because apart from Arsenal, apart from Arsenal and Tottenham, I don't think any other team had so many injuries.
Yeah, I mean, see, injuries is a part of game, and as you all know, like, of course, Tottenham recently, I think they have got most of their players, like their starting 11, they are all suffering from
Yeah.
long-term injuries. Now, it's just it gets frustrated to a point where you get your team back, and after that you have the same issue. So I don't know like what happened with Ricardo Calafiori. I hope he's fine and he's back for the big game, which is against Tottenham and then Chelsea. So let's hope he's fine. I mean, yes, overall it was a good performance, some good goals scored, but again, second half for me, it was very boring. I mean,
Same old.
was it a thing where, of course, they have nicked that winner, now they are 4-0 up and they don't want to go all in so that, of course,
Yeah.
the players don't get injured. So it could be that. But anyways, like, we really looked lethal. But as we said, this was against a lower division team. I want to see this against Wolves. And yes, I mean, I was quite happy with the performance, the way Arsenal played. Big up to Mikel Arteta for making those rotations. And then, yes, Eza for me was a standout performance today in terms of the assist that he gave. Christian Norgard, brilliant. Madueke was good. So overall, a good performance, and that is it from us. And we hope you have a lovely week ahead, and see you next time. Until then,
Come on,
come
you
on, you
Gunners.
Gunners.